Dating apps suck. You know this. So what are you going to do to meet women, to meet real women? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and how to find real women in the real world. Next.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
I'm MarcusVanHorne, dating coach on a mission to help men build and refine their skills needed for dating and finding successful relations with women. So if you're looking to level up your game when it comes to women and dating, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss it when I post new content. Fellas, let's get right into it. Dating apps suck. All right, period. They're basically digital slot machines. I know plenty of people who are using them. I'll probably talk a little bit more on that later in the video, but I see people use them. I do not hear success stories. Mostly what I hear overwhelmingly are all of the heartache and the issues and the problems surrounding dating apps and the financial output that's necessary to make these things work and all that. So we're not even going to get into all that stuff. But, all right, you should know that these apps are designed to keep you addicted. They're not there to help you win. All right, so let's just look at some of the numbers, right? Men swipe right 60 to 70% of the time. Women, just 5 to 10%. Apps like Tinder show that 80% of women are going after the top 20% of men. So unless you're in that top tier model with like looks, professional photos, social clout, the finances, you are basically invisible to most of the women on this app. But when you meet a real woman in real life, all of that changes. There's no algorithm. There's no filters. There's no typing and texting games. It's just real chemistry. It's real presence. In person, you can stand out. You're separated from that pack, right? You get instant feedback. You improve your social skills every time you do it. And here's what women want most. They want confidence. They want leadership. They want authentic energy. And you build that in the real world, not behind a screen. Apps create passive men, right? Men who will wait, men, who will hesitate, and then they'll lose. But when you approach a woman at a bookstore, at a bar, you ask about the red wine she's holding at Whole Foods. You become a rare breed. You show her you're not afraid to connect. Now, you're talking to somebody who's a little older school, right? And back in my day, you had to actually go out. I had to get with my boys, decide where we were going to go, figure out which actual place had the highest percentage of women for the night, right? Different clubs in New York. Some of them were hitting, some were not, depending on the DJ, depending on the party, depending on the admission and whatever, whether ladies were free for the night, right? We had to find that spot, go to that spot, get dressed, put on our finest scent, get into this place, pretty much compete with every other guy that was there looking for these women, see which ones were viable, which women we were actually attracted to, approach them, have a conversation with them, get a phone number from them, then had to basically wait, figure out our 2-3 day rule, whatever it was back in the day. I don't know if that's changed, but then we had to call these people, have a conversation. There was no Instagram or Facebook to go look at their social media profile and learn more about them. There was nothing. We had to wait to have a conversation, then create a date, hope that they were still interested, hope it wasn't a fake number, and then we had to actually go meet them for another interaction. And that's how dating was back in the day. And that made more sense. That created life skills. That gave us the ability to learn how to approach women. It gave us real life skills. That's why you're getting this advice from somebody who has those skills as opposed to a 25, 30 something year old guy who has no clue and has been raised in the digital age. But I digress. So how do you meet women in real life? One, you got to go where women are. Wine bars, coffee shops, group classes, social events, right? Anywhere where there's going to be a lot of women, preferably, right? You will know your neighborhoods. You're going to know where to go. You're going to know if that's your city. You're going to know the spots. Of course, you may do a little research and find out like, oh, I know this is a poppin' spot. Oh, I know that women go there. Don't be afraid. Get out of your house and go. It's not that the women aren't there. It's that you're stuck inside looking at your screen or looking on your computer, whatever it is, and you are just continually scrolling. You need to make the effort to get out. And when you do, second part of this, you got to dress well, you got to walk tall, and you got to own the room when you get there, right? These are life skills and man shit that you've got to get under your belt. I talk about this in one of my videos. You can look for it up here. I'll put the link for building confidence. Now, you also have to learn how to flirt. I know this sounds so rudimentary, so so ridiculous. Like I have to explain this, but you really got to learn how to flirt and use your social skills, because it's a different set of skills being in real life, being in front of a real woman versus being online and doing what you're doing there, right? Woman's in a bookstore, woman's in a coffee shop reading a book. Oh, that's a great book. Would you recommend it? Or the other one, right? If you've read that book, again, going back to what I always preach, you should be up on your stuff. You should be reading books. You should be understanding things. That way, when you see a woman reading a book, you can say, oh, that's his first book. Have you read the second one? Boom. That's an engagement right there happening. You got to learn that, right? You got to practice. You got to flirt casually, even with people that you may not necessarily be interested in. Like the woman, the barista behind the coffee bar. Maybe she's not the hottest thing, but you just want to be consistently practicing your approach. You want to be able to practice casual conversations so you don't come off like a creep when you do talk to someone else. You feel comfortable talking to strangers in line. Strike up a conversation. Don't worry about whether or not you're actually interested in that particular woman, right? If she's cute, I'm saying, right? Obviously, not everyone's going to be Halle Berry, and not everyone's going to be your type per se, but you still want to have that active engagement of dealing with a real live woman in front of you and getting responses and engaging so you get in your practice. On top of that, you need to build your social circle, right? You got to get into high quality social environments. You need to find out from possibly a woman friend of yours, like what is she doing with her female friends, her lady friends, right? Where are they hanging out? What are they doing? Even if it's from a business engagement kind of thing, maybe they're going to certain conferences. You might want to attend those things. There might be things that are interesting to you. So you've got to get yourself in high quality social environments. Listen, gentlemen, dating apps are comfort zones, essentially, right? They're holding you back because you're not getting the practice with real women. And as I said at the beginning of the video, statistically speaking, these things are built against you. They are working against you, not for you. It's time to stop swiping and you need to start showing up. Get off the phone, get into the real world. Be bold, be present, be unforgettable. That's the way you're going to find real women. The dating app thing is simply not going to work. All right, I'm MarcusVanHorne, helping men rise above the swipe culture and take back their power. Subscribe, comment below, like the video on the way out. All right, where are you going to meet women this week? Let me know. You got to go out. You got to do it in person. Let me know in the comments where you ended up. Like the video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.